Alright guys, I'm super excited for today's video. What? You get to do the intro and the extro?
Outro? I mean, if you're gonna do the intro, you better do it better than, hey guys, like, come on, put some oomph into it. Try again.
Hey guys, today we have a really exciting video.
You have to, there's a reason that I do.
Alright, fine, do it.
There's a reason I do it the same, because then people know. It's like a thing. It's all up in here. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Twin Builds video. We got a good one for you today.
So we gathered up a bunch of questions from Whatnot users, people who follow us, people who buy from us all the time, and we're going to answer our most frequently asked questions.
First question, favorite all-time set?
Okay, we have to do individual answers for this one.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, as of the recording today, this is September something 2023. So when people are watching this 30 years from now, because we're making good content, you'll know that my favorite all-time set at this moment was in fact the Black Pearl.
Yeah, and I think it has something to do with the fact that I got it for you, and it was your first like big
retired set. Yeah, it was a really, really cool one, and it just like I opened it. It was a present. I opened it and I built it immediately in like less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
It came together so fast. It had such cool figs.
True.
Ultimately, I do see it getting beat by a particular set that may be coming out soon.
Yeah.
But as of right now, definitely that one. And you?
Mine right now is Pirates of Barracuda Bay. It was the coolest build I've ever done. It was really exciting. I felt like a little kid.
Yeah. That's a
all-time
good set.
favorite.
I literally stood on the other side of the counter like this, just like
jealous.
Just so jealous, because that was such a cool set.
So the next question is, how did we get started selling on Whatnot? During COVID, we got really interested in Lego because there was really nothing better to do. A couple friends got us a couple of sets and we built them and we were like, this is awesome. And then one day John said, I'm applying for this app called Whatnot to sell the minifigures that come in the Lego sets. And I was like, we have a whole bin of those because we don't really know what to do with them. So once we started, it just kind of took off and it's been a lot of fun ever since then.
That's very true. Yep. All right, next question. Most expensive / favorite figs. And there is a very big difference because the most expensive fig is not our favorite fig.
No.
So our most expensive, it's nice and simple, Cloud City Boba Fett. That's our most expensive in our collection.
Got that from HD Bricks.
Yeah, very nice.
He is the best, so give him a follow.
Mm-hmm. And your favorite fig?
My favorite fig is Chrome Vader, by far. If you know me, you already know that. He's just the best.
And I think it's kind of hard because my favorite fig is a entire theme. So like my favorite fig is Iron Man, and I can't really pick one in particular.
Yeah.
I just like all of them.
The next question is, how do we do this full time?
A lot of work.
We struggle.
A lot.
It's not all like butterflies and rainbows.
Absolutely not.
We work, I would say, anywhere from 6 to 10 hours a day. There's 3 of us, the 2 of us and our friend Evan. And we all put in so much effort and work. There's a lot to do. You would think like, oh, maybe I can do this as a side hustle.
You could.
Yeah, we very quickly realized that we personally needed more time. So we just went for it.
Very simple question. Are we a store or are we just online? As of right now, we are just online.
Everything that you see here is our office. It's not open to the public right now, but you can always send us a message or comment, like if you want to come visit us, and we'll show you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
The next question is, what are our goals for the next 5 years? This is one of the hardest questions that we got.
And I think the best way to answer it is to say, we've got a lot of awesome things in the works right now, and we are very excited to share that with you, but I don't think right now is the time.
Yeah, that's very true. I would say my umbrella goal for the next 5 years is to just keep enjoying Lego, whatever that means, whether it's a shop, whether it's YouTube videos, whatever it is. I don't want to lose that spark, and that's kind of the most important thing to me. So,
how do we determine prices for our figs? So, okay, let me start over.
Well, they're kind of 2 separate questions because the taxes and fees, like, don't really factor into how we price our items, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely not. So the way we determine our prices based on the average sold in the last 6 months of Bricklink. We do somewhere in between the last 6 months and the current listings. We usually price things out in between there. And a lot of things are decided by you guys.
Yep.
So it all depends. A perfect example that I always use when people ask about our pricing. I one time got five Jack Sparrows at one time, and we sold them at auction, all 5 of them. One went for $6, one went for $9, one went for $11, one went for $14, one went for $18. So that right there shows you I paid, I think, $7 for each of them.
There's a whole range of...
It all depends on who the collector is and what they're willing to pay.
So basically, with the taxes and fees, we don't factor it into what you guys pay. If something goes for $15, you're going to pay around $15. We don't upcharge just so that we get the $15 after taxes and fees.
Yeah.
Sometimes things will go over, sometimes things will go under. Just depends on the day and who's watching.
I will say this, we are not profitable on every single item.
No.
That is for sure. Okay, next question is a perfect segue. Where do we get the inventory?
Yes.
And the simple answer is everywhere. Or online, people reach out to us, we go on eBay, we go to garage sales, we go to thrift stores every so often.
Anywhere and everywhere that you can find a Lego, we do it.
Yep, absolutely. And that's something that should be addressed. There is a major difference when you're buying something as a collector and when you're buying something as a seller.
And I don't think people realize that we're both. Some people in our comments recently have been like, oh, you're taking all the fun out of collecting by focusing too much on the value of things. We are also collectors. We love Lego. We play with Lego. We build Lego. We're not just these people who turn things for money.
Correct.
It's really the last of our priorities, honestly.
All right, next question. How long have we been in business? Just over a year now.
Yes. We just hit our 1-year mark. Just hit 10K on Whatnot.
Yep.
Very exciting.
We have, guess what? We have over 30,000...
collective.
Across all platforms, we have over 30,000 followers, which is pretty cool.
That is very exciting.
It's very cool.
How do we organize our inventory?
We don't.
Okay, we don't have one specific way. Everything is kind of everywhere. Some of our collector pieces are up here. We also have another shelf at home. We have a whole storage unit of unopened inventory. We have shelves for our minifigures. Everything is everywhere.
When it comes to the selling of the minifigures, we basically categorize them into 2 sections, over $10 and under $10.
I will say, if you're thinking of becoming a Lego seller, the one thing you should do is keep very careful track of how much you paid for something, where it is in your office space or whatever you have, and how much it sold for.
Yep.
We have a Google Drive, Google Sheet, that we use to keep track of everything. But if you're just buying something and hoping that it goes for more than what you bought it for, you're probably not keeping as careful track as you should.
If we could do one thing differently, what would that be? I have my answer.
You go ahead then.
Okay, so one thing that I would do differently is in the early stages, I wouldn't have sold all the good figs that we had.
Wait, I was literally gonna say something very similar to that. I was gonna say keep track of what you're keeping for your personal and don't accidentally sell it.
Yeah.
Because if you have something that you're mixing in with everything else and you're like, do I have this big? Do I have this set?
Yeah.
Just keep it, write it down. Then the next time you get one, you can sell that one.
Yeah.
Okay, this one kind of ties into what we just talked about, selling versus keeping for personal. I think we covered it, but just keep track.
Yeah.
If you want something, keep it. You're going to regret it.
Yeah.
Biggest challenges that we faced so far, I'd say not seeing the same numbers that we thought we were going to see.
Yeah.
So you have this expectation in your head about how much money you're going to make or how successful your business is going to be. And we watch Shark Tank, and some of these businesses are like, oh yeah, I'm, $200,000 in debt, or I just broke even on my 5th year. We're still in our 1st year, so I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think...
It's hard. It's easy to beat yourself up, but
drastically lower your expectations. That's our biggest challenge. Was we had very high expectations and didn't hit them. So that was definitely tough.
You can answer the last one.
Why the name Quinn Builds? Now this is a good story.
Everyone thinks that either I'm Quinn or his name is Quinn or our last name is Quinn. only one of those things is slightly true.
Yeah. So technically, we are not the Quins yet. We will be very.
Shine bright like a diamond.
I am in the process of changing my name. So
Yes.
we always knew that we wanted to pick our own name when we got married.
Yes.
We didn't like either one of our last names, so we're picking a new one. And then when I decided to start going on like social media as like a Lego guy, I wanted so badly to accomplish something without people that I know knowing.
Yeah.
So I created a full, like a stage name per se of Quinn Builds so that people wouldn't find me and I would naturally and organically grow.
I think it was like 2 months before anyone even realized that we were doing it.
Yeah.
We got like text messages from family members and friends saying like, is this you?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't tell anybody that we were doing it.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where Quinn Builds came from. Guys, main thing, in the comments, ask us more questions because
we'll do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2, part 3, part 4. I don't care. We'll do this for 9 seasons. You know, I don't care. If you have any further questions about what we do here on YouTube, what we do on Whatnot, how we sell our figs, social media, any of those questions, we're more than happy. We're not gatekeepers. We love to share information with you guys.
Yeah.
So
we have no interest in like everyone can succeed together.
Yes, exactly. There's plenty of room for all of us. As always, hit that subscribe button and
thank you.
That bell.
Bonus points if you know where this phrase came from and you put it in the comments.
Yeah,
so.
That's true because I did steal it from someone, but it's mine now. As always, everybody, a big old toot de more from us and good night.